Hello there. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here. This is your mid-month of May. Happy birthday to all you Taurians who are still having your birthday, to those who have already had your birthday, and of course we're moving into Gemini season. So I should say happy birthday to all Geminis out there as well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm doing a 4-card spread today. I will be using the Mystical Tarot, and it's by Guiliano, Costa. So I will be putting all the names of the decks that I'm using. As you already know, the astrology cards that I always use, everything will be in the description box below. I will be taking 3 LENORMAND as well, and my usual SIBILLA cards. So hope that everyone is good. We're having a full moon in Scorpio on the 18th of May. I suppose it depends on where you are in the world. Today's actually the 14th of May when I'm doing these readings. 14th and 15th, they will be completed. And as I was saying, full moon in Scorpio on the 17th or 18th, depending on where you are in the world. So we know that Scorpio is very deep. Scorpio is very passionate, and Scorpio loves to connect on a very deep and profound level. So we're all going to be feeling these energies. So it's all about truth and getting to the bottom of things. And Scorpio is a very sexual sign as well. So a lot to do around intimacy and our deepest, most darkest thoughts, feelings, emotions. So that's going to be interesting to see what will be culminating, because full moons are a culmination. What will be culminating on or around the full moon. So, all right, on to the readings. I won't keep you long. Thank you again. Let's go on to the readings. Hello Pisces, welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. How is everyone? Hope that you're all doing very well. This is your mid-month of May 2019 Love and General reading. I'm doing a 4-card spread, and just as I'm starting your reading, Venus is moving into the sign of Taurus, where it's very happy, it's exalted. It's actually its rulership. So it's not only exalted, it is the ruler of Taurus and Libra. So Venus moving into Taurus is a very special time. Venus is at home, she's very happy. She will be meeting up with Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, in about 3 days. That will be interesting to see what will come in very suddenly. That's what Uranus is. Uranus is the breakthrough. It's also changing things up. It's the revolutionaries. So things coming left wing. So things unexpected happening in love, projects, values, as well as, you know, Uranus can also be freaky weather in Taurus, because Taurus is all about the earth. So Mercury is also in Taurus. Taurus, you know, is all about the senses and the comforts and feeling good. So this is a really good time to get in touch with your sensuality, get in touch with your physical body. Money is always looking good. Taurus is a money house, and Venus can be things that we love, precious things. So money coming from projects unexpectedly. Now, Mercury is also in Taurus, so is the Sun. So there's a lot going on in Taurus. And right across from Taurus, we've got Scorpio, where the full moon is happening in the next couple of days, 2-3 days. So on the 17th or the 18th, depending on where you are. All right, dear Pisces, so Taurus is your third house of communication, written, spoken, projects, anything to do with, wow, okay, anything to do with short distance travel, siblings, cousins, neighbors. So I will keep the Wheel of Fortune, which just fell out. And yes, I'm sorry for the lighting, but it's meant to show the cards much better. I will try and fix that for the next readings. Maybe it's the tablecloth that's making it look a little bit darker. Nevertheless, so full moon is happening in 2-3 days. We're going to see in Scorpio, and Scorpio is very dark and very hidden. So whatever the full moon shows, because there's a lot of light with the full moon, things that have been hidden. Now Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and Pluto is in Capricorn with the South Node there and with Saturn. So it's a very, very karmic time for everyone. For you, dear Pisces, this is your 11th house. 11th house, which is the natural house of Aquarius again. So Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn as well as Uranus. So it's very Saturnian what you're dealing with in your 11th house. 11th house is also associations and groups, wishes and dreams. So something karmically, the South Node is what we're transforming with Pluto there. Letting go of old, fated, outworn ideas, people, because the house of Aquarius is always, it's about friendships, you know, other people. It's also got a lot to do with the internet, right? And for you, your 11th house is Capricorn. Even though it's the natural house of Aquarius, you have Capricorn there. So Capricorn is all about hard work. It's about career. It's about authorities. It's about becoming the elder as well, because that's what Saturn is. Saturn is the elder, and Saturn rules Capricorn. So, okay, going through those Saturnian lessons, and, you know, you may be dealing with someone in some sort of a group. You're associating with someone who can be very Saturnian at this time, and it might be for them. It may be that they might be the ones that are leaving your life at this time. So for each and every person, of course, there are different messages. This is a general reading for a lot of people. So, dear Pisces, let's see what else we have. Now, Jupiter loves being in your sign. So Jupiter is exalted in Pisces, so it's very strong there. It loves being there. So, you know, before Neptune was founded, the ruler of Pisces was Jupiter. So this is quite the Wheel of Fortune, and Jupiter is quite significant for you, especially being in the now position. So it's a time of change, right? Luck, abundance, manifestation, expansion, and growth. Let's take the root of the issue. So you have the 10 of Wands there. 10 of Wands, okay? So 2 10s already. In the recent past for you, oh my God, another 10, Pisces. Another 10. Crowning your reading, and what is your goal? It's the 8 of Wands. And the outcome card for you is the Lovers. Okay, so you have 2 major arcanas. The Lovers is the card of Gemini. So we've got Gemini and Sagittarius. That's the axis, one axis for you. So we've got Sagittarius right across from Gemini. And so Gemini is your 4th house of family, your roots, your mother, your parents, actually mother mainly. And Sagittarius for you is your 9th house so sorry, the 10th house of career, your 10th house of career. So Jupiter is retrograding in your 10th house of career. So I wonder what's changing there for you. What I can see that there is here is that there is a decision you're coming to, but this is also, you know, the Lover's card is a number 6, so it's you're getting into balance. There is some sort of a decision that's going to bring you a good contract, a partnership, and something to do with writing, publishing on a very large scale. So this is very interesting indeed. Let me see. So the North Node for you is in your fifth house. Yes, fifth house of creativity. The North Node is there. So some of you, and Mars is moving into your fifth house right now. So this is a very fated time for you. Mars being, you know, our passion and our energy, even though it slows down in the sign of Cancer, it still is pushing forth. And, you know, we're slowly moving into eclipse time. Pre-eclipse period is practically now in the next couple of weeks. So there's a lot of indications of things that will be happening for all of us in the month of July when we have the eclipses, but all of June could have changes coming as well. So yeah, the eclipse period, especially in June, can be quite strong, but of course the eclipses are in July, so for most people it will be in July that the shifts are happening. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck, and we've got the moon. So this is, of course, we say this is Pisces, but for me it's also Cancer, and the moon is very feminine energy. It's very energetic. It's very very sensitive to the energies around. So the general energy for you, some of you could be dealing with motherhood issues. Some of you may be having fears that are coming up to the surface at this time. Maybe because I would say with the 10 of Swords here in the recent past, 10 of Swords says that there are 10 swords in your back. There's been some sort of an ending here which hasn't been easy for you. Look at the way he's slumped on the floor there. So 10, 20, 30, you have the number 30 here, which, you know, that can break down to the 3, which is expansion and growth, but 30, I should say 3 is also the number of the Empress, right? She's a number 3. So yes, anything to do with motherhood, intuition, very strong intuition here with this card. Some of you may be having sleepless nights, staying up, and because you're feeling very sensitive to the energies that are going on at this time, right? So let's see what's beneath that. And we've got the 3, another 3 of Pentacles, and some of you are being noticed for your talents. I can see that, obviously. Now, because we've got the Gemini card, and this can mean a choice, head over heart decision, could even be a choice. What are you going to do? You're going to go for what your head tells you, or your heart, or your intuition. I would say go with your intuition, dear Pisces. Another 3, so you're being noticed for your talents. Hopefully you're not in a love triangle. We'll see what other cards you are going to have. Beneath that is the 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups always speaks of, you know, bliss and happiness on a lot of levels. And this is another 10. Wow. 10. So many completions are happening for you. So yes, the full moon will be happening in your ninth house. Ninth house is, you know, going on an adventure. It's also worldly matters, like seeing the world from a different perspective. That's what the ninth house is. And of course, the ninth house is also deals with higher education and foreign places and people. So the ninth house is also about the truth. And the full moon in Scorpio is going to show you that. So maybe that's why some of you are having fears. You're worried about something ending. You're worried about something coming to light. Maybe that you don't want to come to light. So let's take an astrology card for Pisces for mid-May 2019. Pisces. And we have Grand Trine, blessings. This is beautiful. Oh my God, 4 and 6 is 10. Excuse me. Another 10. Oh wow, this is incredible. But this is the Grand Trine. This is a blessing. Now, we had a Grand Trine just yesterday in Earth. Let me just see what that was all about. It was, yes. So the moon was attached with a positive aspect towards, so the moon in Virgo, right, Earth sign, was trining over to Capricorn, where Pluto, the south node, and Saturn is. And then from Capricorn, it was trining over to the sun in Taurus, and the sun was connected to the moon. So it was a quick moving trine. It broke up quickly because the moon moves very quickly, but it was a grand earth trine. Now here it says only grand trine and blessings. And with Jupiter here, Jupiter is a fire sign. So fire is very quick and it's very passionate and it's very creative. Okay, so I don't know what the astrology is in the near future. I'm sure there is another grand trine happening. For those of you that are astrology lovers, I'm sure that you can find that information. I'm only looking at this time now, so I will keep it simple. Grand trine and blessings. You've got blessings all over here now. The only difficult energy, of course, is the Ten of Swords, but don't forget that this is the darkest before the dawn. Okay, now I'm going to take 3 LENORMAND for you, dear Pisces. So the blessings could be coming from anywhere. Okay, because we've got wands here, we've got swords, we've got more wands. So that's all about career. Of course, the Ten of Swords speak of intelligence, logic, communication, and also perception. Now, Gemini is also an air sign, so we've got quite a bit of fire here and air. We've got a little bit of water with your card here, Pisces card, and very little earth here with the 3 of Pentacles. More cups beneath, as I said, the 10 of Cups. So we do have mainly, you know, practically all the energies here, but there's more air and more fire, I would say, and that could be that's like quick action, yeah? Quick communication, passionate communication, even though Mars moving into Cancer is like, it's as though it's drowning. It's just like trying to talk beneath the water. That's how I feel Mars feels in Cancer. But don't forget that it will be coming to conjoin with the North Node, which is fate, yes? And therefore it will be right across from what we're letting go of in Capricorn. Now everyone's dealing with some sort of past life karma with Pluto, the South Node, and Saturn there in Capricorn. So have we been standing in our integrity, doing the right thing? Have we been doing that? That's the question. Then we should be, if the answer is yes, then we should be waiting on the return, the blessings. And it looks like Pisces has done a lot of good, right? Okay, let's take Lenormand. So we've got the child. Now this could be newness, or it can be a literal child. It could be the beginning of something, and it's going to happen after the transformation. Look, Scorpio is right here, number 13. What else do we have? We've got the garden, which is a number 20, and 20 is the number of the judgment card. So judgment card again is Pluto. So Scorpio is all over here in the Lenormand. Now this is the Garden of Eden. It does speak of being social. Again, it reminds me of the 11th house, which for you is where the karmic letting go of some karmic situation of the past, transforming it, yes. And obviously number 20 breaks down to the 2. It could speak of relationships as well, finding balance, whether the relationship is business, personal, or family, right? And we've got the cross. And the cross can be quite a burden, but it can also speak of faith. So it can also be a blessing, depending on who you are and how you see it. Now, after the child, which is very positive energy, the Garden of Eden, which is, you know, getting out into the world, being seen, and also being given life. It's as though you're taking a breath of life, dear Pisces, I feel, especially after this energy here. And I do believe that you are, of course, you are a very spiritual sign. So the cross would speak to you mainly in relation to religion, spirituality, your faith, and your beliefs. Now, Jupiter is very strong in its rulership of, Sagittarius. It is retrograding. So it's giving us a chance to redo things, obviously. So we're expecting the blessings to come in, and this could speak of the world, anything to do around worldly matters. Now, traveling to a foreign land, you've got flight travel with the 8 of Wands here. Quick energies, movement. Cupid's love arrows are here as well, right? Now, I feel as though something new will begin for you in relation to creative projects, your vocation. Something new will come through for you once you are more social and more out there. You need to get out there and not be frightened. Frightened of what is hidden, what is hiding in the dark. Frightened of what people, how people perceive you, how you are seen out in the world. I think that it's time for Pisces to, especially with Chiron having moved out of your sign not so long ago, I think that Pisces needs to show up to receive the blessings. So, as I said, just showing up, just being there, and let the rest be done by the divine. In your home area, in your stability, your roots, right? We've got the 10 of Wands, and in this mystical tarot deck, I usually see this card as something that you've already built. It's not as heavy as other cards, the the traditional tarot, because he's not holding these wands on his back. So it looks as though you've already planted the seeds. It's as though you've already started building something. So it is a 10, yes. So it does break down to the ace. So it's as though you've got the ace here. You've got 1, 2, 3 aces, and that's another ace, 4 aces, right? So I think that's enough to really, like, you're putting down the roots, you're actually pushing them into the earth, you are steadily building on something, and that is in relation to work. I would say that if work has been difficult, if you are dealing with a creative project of your own, I would say that the blessings, it's time for those blessings to come in, especially with look at the growth and the butterflies there is luck here. There are also messages coming from up above. Butterflies are beautiful blessings. Always when we see a butterfly, what do we feel? It's as though there is some message coming through, and there are lots of messages coming through for you now. As I said, these are Cupid's love arrows, and they may be coming in from a distant place through social media. Now, this is a number 8. 8 is the number of the House of Scorpio. 8 is also the number of strength. Okay, so in the outcome, you've got the Lovers. And the Lovers is all about love. It's all about a divine union. It is a major arcana, which says that, you know, the wheel is turning, and it's turning towards the future, of course. So you are not alone. As you could see, that angel sitting right above. Whatever problems you've been dealing with in love, I think that the worst is over, because this is in the recent past. Some of you may have felt, and we have been going through treacherous energies not so long ago, like really, really tough energies. So some of you have felt like this recently, but it's a time of change right now, right? Especially with the blessings card here, the Grand Trine. I'm loving this for you, dear Pisces. You deserve it. Let's take some more cards. Now, I'd like to say that there's a beautiful trine from your ruler Neptune in your sign, and is touching on the North Node. So it's a time of destiny, okay? It's a time of abundance. It's a time of spirituality, getting in touch with spirit. Neptune is spirit, and it's also sextiling. So that's another positive aspect over to what's going on in Capricorn there. Okay, so whatever you're seeing in front of you, or for those of you that are not actually seeing, something is unclear. I think that very soon you will have clarity on that, because Neptune can sometimes be unclear. Now, I was going to take the next 2 cards. I was going to take one, but there's 2 cards in the position of now. And what do we have? We've got the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So something new is getting off the ground. Okay, there's money, abundance. There's promise for future projects. With the Ace of Pentacles, it could be anything. It could even be you know, a promotion at work. It could be a brand new job for those of you that ended a job, a position. I think, as I said, by getting out there and being social, you could stumble upon someone who could be of help to you, right? Now, the Page of Pentacles can be a juvenile, someone who is young, who is messaging you. This could even be a son or a daughter if you are a bit older. So they're beginning something that holds great promise, okay? And there's 2 pentacles here, so could this be a partnership that is forming in business for a lot of you? Okay, now we've got Earth here. We also had the 3 of Pentacles as well, so I'm going to have to mention Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Capricorn is quite strong here. I see the ram here. What am I saying, Capricorn? It's a goat. I'm sorry, it's not a ram. It's a goat, so it is Capricorn. I'm not thinking. Okay, so yeah. Also, there is a lot of abundance going through that doorway. As you could see, the peacock, that beautiful peacock with the gorgeous feathers. There is a lot of beauty and a lot of pride in moving through that doorway. Now, what is this? Is this stability in love? Is this, are you taking your relationship to the next level? This is amazing. I love it. As I said, you're putting down roots. The worst is over, and there is a lot of abundance here. And as I said, with the threes, I felt the energy of the Empress. Now, we've also got the moon here, which is very motherly, very feminine energy. So let's see what else we have. I'd like to take a look at the moon, actually. Oh, wow. And we've got the devil. So your darkest, deepest fears are coming up to be seen, to be noticed. Now, I did mention just a moment ago, I did say the goat, which is Capricorn. So I think that all that hard work that you've invested in is actually going to pay off. Now, in this mystical tarot, the devil is quite treacherous. He's so ugly, actually. He's quite frightening. But this is only fears. This is what like you're looking at the shadow side. It's as though you're looking into the dark, and I'd like to just cover that image with the moon. I prefer to look at that. So some of you are just having nightmares, maybe looking at the past. Maybe you're dealing with matters and karmic situations of the past. Maybe even these karmic situation that you're working through. This could even be from your childhood. And I think that with Jupiter, and that is Sagittarius, and that is faith, I think that you need to focus more on, not on what are your fears, but what are your beliefs, especially with the cross here. And here we've got the child. So it's as though your childhood conditioning for a lot of you, and this is number 13, so it means change is coming in. Some of you may have had someone who was of authority that you probably used to see them in your sleep as a nightmare. So someone, maybe that's what you're dealing with, I think, right now. You're dealing with matters like these, and it's time for you to get over that, to step over that, face your fears, face them, and know that you are bigger than they are. Okay? So it's like having a phobia of insects, just like I say to people that are frightened of insects, like you're scared of a cockroach. It's not bigger than you. Facing it, seeing that you've got the power to be strong. Don't forget the 8, strength card, transformation, Scorpio, change. I think that that's what Pisces, some of you are dealing with. So your deepest fears are coming through. Now, this could also mean a lot of work for you. Okay, so again, the hard work is paying off with the Ace of Pentacles here. The devil can also speak of restrictions. So whatever you are frightened of, you are restricted from. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do about that? That's up to you, obviously. So we've got Capricorn here, and we've got, I see the moon as Cancer. So that's the north and the south node right there. That's the axis where the nodes are, the moon's nodes. So it's fate time, big time. Let's look at that 8 of Wands, crowning in the position of your intellect, what's in your mind, and what are your goals. And we've got Taurus and the Hierophant. Remember, I did speak of religion. Some of you may have a Taurian that is on your mind. Others of you are seriously thinking of taking the plunge, taking that next step, asking for your partner's hand in marriage, asking for your partner to move in with you, you know. Now, the Hierophant can also be, and it speaks of changes because it's a 5. This can also be quite restrictive. Some people don't want to be restricted by either religion or tradition or commitments. Some people are just too free-spirited. So for those of you that are dealing with a Sagittarian, then I would say that it's not easy to get them to commit. So, you know, sometimes, and I'm going to say this, you see so many couples that have been committed, well, living together for 5 years, and then they take the plunge, they commit, and then they separate or they divorce in a matter of a year. So if you don't feel that your Sagittarian partner, if you are dealing with one sun, moon, or rising, if you don't feel that they're happy in taking the plunge, moving into a contract with you, and this could even be in business. Okay, some people are just too free-spirited and they don't want to be put in that box. They don't want to be boxed. So I was saying that this could even be your energy, where it's you that you may have strong Sagittarius in your sign, and therefore you're the one that's feeling restricted where commitments are concerned. Now, for others of you, you could be climbing the ladder, on the corporate ladder, because that's what the Hierophant does remind me of. And it could be involving, like, the promotion could involve travel, which you find very exciting. 2 cards. I was going to take one more card on that position, but 2 cards came out, and we've got 8 of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. So yeah, a lot of travel, movement, as you could see, moving into balance through hard work. Okay, because 5 with the Hierophant is an imbalance. We've got the scales here. So communication is very important, not only hands-on, but it's also about communicating. That's what's important here. So we've got air qualities here. Now the air sign, this could be someone, the Knight of Swords. Knights are usually action. So what I'm thinking is that for 1 or 2 of you that are moving into a legal situation, because we do have the scales here, and this could even be, if this is not, this doesn't have to be a marriage that you are in a legal situation with, like divorce. This could also be a legal situation to do with business, and having the Knight of Swords, which can be quite difficult energies, right? It can be like differences in opinion. It can be brutal, a fight. As you could see, this Knight is trying to cut through those scales. So someone is trying to go against the grain here. And this could be like someone being taken to court for blasphemy. I think that's what it's called. So someone's reputation has been, poisoned, ruined. There's been mud throwing around work. And I see that's what this message is telling me right here. So, yeah, for those of you, 1 or 2 of you that are going through divorce, there was an imbalance, and I think that that's going to change, but there's still work to be done here. And again, it's a number 8 again, so you're going to have to be strong. You're going to have to be strong. For some of you, the divorce could be because there's not enough commitment where family is concerned. It's all about work, work, work. So, dear Pisces, you have to have a healthy balance. Okay, so let me take a couple more cards. Let's look at the Lovers card. And we've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is very slow moving. As you can see, this Knight here, which usually is the energy of Virgo for me, but it can be any other earth sign. Now, this would be your 7th house. Very slow. This Knight actually looks a little bit crippled to me. It's having difficulty in moving. Even though, you know, the It feels like it's burdened. It's very heavy. Even though the Knight of Pentacles can sometimes be, just standing, here at least there is some movement. It's very slow, but it's going to get to its goal for sure. It is moving, it is walking. So some of you may be dealing with a Gemini, which may have strong earth, and that could be, of course, Taurus. And we've also got a Capricorn here. So I'm going to mention all the earth signs here, but mainly because Virgo is your seventh house of partnership. That's why I feel that a lot of you are dealing with, you could be choosing between a Gemini or a Virgo. I'm going to say dear Pisces. And it could be Gemini and Virgo moon, let's say. Gemini sun, Virgo moon. Taurus rising or something like that. Let's look at the foundation. We have the Nine of Swords. So a lot of worry in your foundation. So we had the 9 and then the 10. So you're worried about the worst thing happening. And I would say that, I'm thinking that the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, I think that's you've learned something. You've found something out that has brought you to this position. We've got the owl here, and the owl can be all about knowledge, right? Let's take another card. And we've got the Knight of Cups. Now we've got two knights moving towards the same area. Okay, what I'm thinking is that in the recent past, for those of you that are dealing with two different people, I don't think that the Knight of Swords up here is in this situation here. This is all about communication here. So I'm seeing the two knights as potential relationships, right? I would say that the water sign, for those of you that are single, the water sign, so Pisces or Cancer, they're not as steady. They're one step forward, two steps back, even though, yes, he's riding a seahorse and not an actual proper horse. So very hard to move, right, on land. So there is some sort of a, what's the word? Disability, yes, with the Knight of Cups. But there's a disability with the Knight of Pentacles as well. But at least he's moving. I could see that there is more standard, certain, and getting to his goal. So I would go for the earth sign. We do have earth here as well. Now, could this be your offer? Could this be you offering your cup to someone? And if for those of you that are offering this cup to an air sign, not a good idea. Not a good idea. So I'd like to take another card on the Knight of Pentacles here. And we've got the High Priestess. So now, oh my God, again, we've had about 3 signs where we've had the Hierophant and the High Priestess. And they're both spiritually connected. They're both spiritual leaders, and they're both connected on a very, on a different level. So on a different dimension, I wanted to say. So very spiritually inclined, very telepathic, and there is a lot of connection here. A lot of connection. Now, with the High Priestess usually keeps secrets. She's the moon goddess. So whatever the outcome is here, I would say roughly on the new moon in Gemini, that's when the movement will start to happen for sure. There's going to be a head of a heart decision, but the movement is happening and it is moving towards the future, right? So some of you will be hearing news that will be coming through with the full moon in Scorpio, I would say, that's going to bring you to a position of having to make a decision, right? And that's where the difficulty will be, and that's why the Knight of Pentacles is quite slow moving here. Now, the High Priestess trusts her intuition, so you need to do that. I want to take just one more card in the Foundation. And we've got the Queen of Wands now. So the Queen of Wands is someone who is very passionate, very creative. This is a fire sign, and I would say that this is the Sagittarian energy that I've spoken about, right? Now, the Queen of Wands is the lucky queen. There is luck here, so this is obviously your energy, for sure. You are showing up as very passionate and very fiery, but also very creative at this time. Luck is on your side. What you need to do is take the initiative. And because you are a water sign and you're more, laid back and you're waiting for others to take the lead, I think that the message here is that you need to do this. You need to get the ball rolling. You need to make the initiation, to start something. If this is a creative project that you've begun, you've put a lot of hard work, the payoff is here. So I'm going to take some SIBILLAs. As I said, it's very important for you, dear Pisces, to be very social, to get out there, to be on social media, to communicate. Let's take the, I want to take the Hierophant, the Eight of Wands, so the crowning position, the Knight of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. So we've got La Reunion. So there is some sort of a meeting, whether it's someone from your past or whether it's a meeting just in general. Coming together with people from the same religion, same values. Could be around work. Someone could be coming back to work. They may have moved overseas, but they're coming back, and it was someone that was quite important to you, for some of you. For others of you, La Reunion means that, someone is coming back from the past. Blessings are coming. They could have been at a distance to you. We've got a lot of Sagittarius here, movement, flight, travel. They could be coming back and they're going to commit to you now. So delirious, support. This is a neutral energy, support from your friends. You don't believe the reunion. And this is like the Four of Wands. This is your confidant, your best friend. And again, Libra energy here, because this is called harmony. It's the Four of Wands. So you're growing roots. You're actually, some of you may be even traveling to meet your partner at a distance, and you will be settling down there, because this is the Four of Wands, right? Now, that's also legal issues. So I think that whatever legal issues you're dealing with, it could be quite frightening, but you're going to be so pleased. I would say that faith is getting you through this, but you're going to be really pleased with the outcome. That's what I see with the Amika. Now, some of you may have someone who is very close to you. They could be in the legal field, and they're a big helper. They're a big friend. So a help in need is a help indeed, I need to say. Let's look at the now position. We've got the Denaro, which is like the Ace of Pentacles again. This is security, stability, money's coming through. Something precious is happening for you. And this is the Six of Cups again. It's the soulmate card. Someone from your childhood, someone from a past life. Stanza, intimacy, the Ace of Pentacles again. It's the Ace of Diamonds, so it's the Ace of Pentacles. So what you find out, whatever's been hidden from you, surprise, surprise, going deep and finding out about intimacy or what's been hidden from you is going to bring you a stable new beginning. Now, intimacy can also mean childbirth, getting pregnant through Scorpionic matter. Scorpio is all about intimacy, isn't it? So let's see what else we've got. And we've got the Vedovor here, which is the Three of Swords. So someone is crying over their past. Someone is stuck in their past. Someone is still mulling over some sort of a loss. And this could have been a heartbreak. So let's take one more card. And it is a male here, but it can be a female. So it looks as though someone just looking at your cards, we've got the Wheel of Fortune beneath. So let's take another card. I should get more clarity. There's, oh wow, the Death card is here. And this is Scorpio again. Again, Scorpio. And Scorpio can be information that's coming up that has been hidden. This is the Five of Swords. So for those of you that have been in a love triangle, and the information has come to the surface, someone will be really upset about that. And there's going to be some sort of a change. So once upon a time there was, let's say, and this is not for all of you, there was security and stability, even with business. Someone could even be mulling over like a heartbreak because of financial loss, right? Because of competition, heavy competition. Let's take another card. And here we've got Speranza and Hope. And this is the Eight of Cups, right? One more card. And we've got the Domestico. And this is Karma, number 11. So there was trust once upon a time. Someone close to you did something that was distrustful, something that was very disappointing. And that's probably what the loss is about. So maybe even, this could even be talking about friendship, that someone is still stuck in the past about being stabbed in the back, right? Being stabbed in the back. But I think that it's time for karma to clear the energy right now. And because Jupiter again is turning, it's changing, it's your beliefs, they're transforming as well, which is a really good thing to see. I'd like to take just one card on this Knight of Pentacles. And we've got the Menel. So this is a spiritual bond. This is like the Ace of Wands. There is a contract coming through, an agreement. Someone is popping the question. Someone is committing to you. As I said, spiritual bond with the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Now, the High Priestess is the Axis Virgo Pisces. So again, it does speak about your first house and your seventh house of partnership, right? And I love the Menel right there. Something beneficial, and this could even be a business contract. I want to take one more card on the Devil and the Moon that are right there. One more card. I just want a bit more information on that Devil. And we have the Two of Swords. So yeah, I think that this is very fear-based. This is just your darkest fears coming up to the surface. There is a decision that's really frightening you. You're wondering whether you're making the right decision or not. So is this between two people? What is it about? Has it got anything to do with work or your foundation, your home? Let's take one more. And we've got Justice here, number 11. So Justice will bring balance for you. This is karmic justice, just as I've called the reading for, Scorpio. So for those of you that are dealing with someone who's got strong Scorpio in their chart, they could be a Libra Scorpio cusper. Don't worry. Whatever decision you make will bring you the balance, okay? All right, dear Pisces, I do want to thank you so much for taking the time out and spending that time with me, sending you lots of love, lots of love and light and many blessings to you. I will be seeing you very soon. I've got a little surprise before the end of May for you. So if you have not subscribed, please do that and press that little bell so you could be notified of when I upload. So lots of kisses. See you soon. Love you all.